Backlash better be good. Also, I might be doing this without any pants. So Seth Rollins has been entered into the Extreme Rules Fatal 5-Way match. The other opponents are Samoa Joe, Bray Wyatt, Finn Balor, and Roman Reigns. I personally think Seth Rollins is the most likely winner of this match. The match is going to be at Great Balls of Fire. So at Gawd, Great Ball. So at Great Big Oral Fuck, Seth Rollins has the most likely chance of facing Brock Lesnar because Seth needs to break away from that whole authority and Samoa Joe angle. Also, Seth has sort of faced Brock Lesnar before, so they can kind of expand this match because Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar have already had a match. It's a perfect way to get Seth moving on to new things. But here's the kicker. I think Seth has a big chance of taking the belt off of Brock. Now there's a lot of internet chitter chatter about Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 34. Now you can't have the title completely off the show for the whole year. So how do you fix that? Well, you have Seth Rollins beat Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire and take the belt off of Brock. Once Seth takes the belt off of Brock, you can have a Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins somewhere down the line. Once that feud starts, Seth Rollins loses that championship to Roman Reigns, who can then go on to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the title. Giving Seth that win at Great Balls of Fire, you give Seth that credibility, and that pay-per-view kind of gets a name of its own. Because only God knows how much that pay-per-view needs a name. And with this past week on Raw, we kind of saw Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins go at it, but then Samoa Joe interfered, which kind of left us with that, oh man, I really want to see Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins. So that could be a likely feud going on into the future. This week's By God moment has to go to a heel Goldust. Now, no one really cared about the Golden Truth for a very long time, so it's not as appealing as I'm sure they had wanted it to be. But that also adds to the magic of Goldust turning because no one expected it. And for that reason, I really liked it, and I hope that this builds on to something good and maybe give Goldust an old school heel run. And old school Goldust could put over a lot of big people today, so let's make that happen, yeah? So the third spot goes to Randy Orton being the sole survivor in Survivor Series 2005 for his team SmackDown. I love this moment because Randy Orton's expressions sometimes are priceless. And it was at this match where Randy Orton pulls off a big win for his brand, but then, to his horror, The Undertaker comes out. Randy Orton pushes people off of him and says, hey, put me down, let me go. And he gets down and falls down in front of the entranceway just to see that it's The Undertaker who has made his return. But the shock and horror on Randy's face just tells the whole story, and that's why it's one of my most memorable moments. My number 2 moment is probably the only RKO on this list, and it honestly comes from a very random episode of Raw. It was the 27th of October 2014. Randy Orton was still allied with the Authority, but Seth Rollins was that rising star. Seth used Randy a number of times to get what he wanted, but Randy had had enough. In the opening segment of Raw, Randy Orton comes out and interrupts a speech by Triple H in favor of Seth Rollins. Randy Orton comes out and cuts a really good promo talking about some of his real life incidents regarding anger management. And then cutting that promo short, Randy Orton pounces on Seth Rollins, beats him up a little bit, but Triple H separates the two of them and starts trying to calm Randy down. And amidst calming him down, Randy Orton, in true Viper fashion, beats Seth Rollins down with an RKO. And just as quick as he struck, Randy Orton slithered from the bottom rope and left the ring. The way he cut that promo and the swiftness of the moves, that's what gives this one a number 2. And my number 1 Randy Orton messed up moment is Randy Orton DDTs Stephanie McMahon and kisses her in front of Triple H. Now all 3 of the participants in this segment did their jobs perfectly. When Randy grabs Stephanie's hair and pulls her back, she looks so horrified. While Triple H is handcuffed to the top rope, Randy drops Stephanie with a DDT. Randy turns her over, looks straight into Triple H's eyes and kisses Stephanie right on the mouth. Triple H looks livid, and I honestly thought that man is gonna murder Randy Orton. And it's those moments when you can completely suspend your disbelief and you forget that this is scripted. Those are by far some of the best moments you ever get in wrestling. Trailing the list today is the Hardy Boy Jeff. Jeff got a little measure of revenge against Sheamus for kicking his tooth out, so he gets a number 10 this week. Number 9 are Natalya, Carmella, and Tamina, who picked up a well-deserved victory for the team in terms of Carmella getting a pin over the women's champion. The big dog is back, and this time he beat the Demon King. And finally, with a little bit of personality, and he's got some people talking, Apollo Crews at number 7. At number 6, Alexa Bliss made that baby Bayley cry, and picking up a big win over the boss this week, Alicia Fox, who's kind of made her presence felt once more in the women's division. Another heel run maybe? Goldust this week at number 4. And one of the fastest rising stocks in the Cruiserweight division, TJ Perkins, with a good victory. He's got the whole world in his hands, and he's got the second position this week. Number 1 this week is Jinderoid. Jinder pinning AJ Styles, and then standing dominant over Randy Orton. What more do you want? So let's see if you know this one. The Big Red Monster has had many tag team partners in the past, but who was his last partner with whom he won the tag team title? Also, to be very honest, I was very shocked that not a lot of people got correct answers for last week's trivia. So it looks like a lot of people forgot that Ken Shamrock's finisher was called the Shamrock Ankle Lock. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. And if you like it, please leave a like below. So that's it for this week. I will be doing my Backlash prediction video very shortly, and it will be up before the pay-per-view. Kayfabe Jobber, out.